Okay, take a look at this bowl right here. It might look like just another noodle soup, but trust me, it's so much more. This is a story. It's history. It's pretty much the soul of a city in a bowl. Today, we're diving deep. We're heading to the rainy port city of Keelung in Taiwan to really get to know the legend of Bian Cuo.
There's this saying, if you ask someone from Keelung what the rain tastes like, they might tell you it's a bit salty, a bit smoky, and has the warm aroma of rice. I mean, how amazing is that? We're not just talking about food here, right? We're talking about the taste of a place, the whole atmosphere. And this quote, it just perfectly captures the spirit of Keelung. It's really the key to understanding the dish we're talking about today.
So let's get into how this thing is actually made. We're calling this first part Waltz on the Wok's Edge, and honestly, that's exactly what it is. Because making Ding Bian Cuo, it's less about just cooking and a whole lot more like watching a really graceful performance. Just look at it. The noodles themselves are these delicate, almost see-through ribbons, kind of like white silk floating around. It's this surprisingly gentle, super comforting dish, which is kind of funny because its name, Ding Bian Cuo, sounds like it should be this powerful finishing move in a kung fu movie, right? So yeah, what is the deal with that action movie name? Well, here's the secret, and it's a cool one. The name isn't talking about an ingredient at all. It's actually describing an action, a whole series of really precise movements. Let's break this down. All right, first up, we've got ding. In the local dialect, this just means wok. But listen, it's not just any old wok. We're talking a specific kind. Thick, round, heavy iron. This is the stage. This is where the whole performance happens.
Okay, next character. Bian, simple enough, it just means edge or side. So this tells us exactly where everything goes down, right there on the hot, sloping sides of the wok. This is the dance floor for our little waltz.
And here we go. This is the heart of it all. The character quao. This is the action verb. It means to crawl or to shrink away from the heat and then to be scraped up. So the name literally means walk, edge, scrape. It's not a thing. It's a doing. It's a verb, not a noun. And you can see that whole waltz right here. The chef takes a ladle of rice batter and just paints it in a circle on the hot wok's edge. It creates this super thin film. And all the while, there's this simmering broth down below, and the steam from it cooks that noodle perfectly. It's like a high-end steam spa for noodles. Then, with one quick scrape, whoosh, it slides down into the soup. So elegant, so efficient. Okay, so we've got this elegant, almost delicate dish, but you would never guess its origin story. It's actually pretty gritty. This thing has made a wild journey. I'm talking from the battlefield all the way to a bustling temple night market. It went from a meal of pure necessity to a celebrated delicacy. So the legend goes, this whole thing started as a kind of battlefield fast food back in the Ming Dynasty. Soldiers needed a hot meal, and they needed it fast. So they'd have this big wok of soup cooking, and at the same time, they'd steam the rice noodles on the side. Super efficient. Later on, immigrants from Fuzhou brought that idea with them to Taiwan. And it was there, in Keelung, that it was really perfected, transformed into the incredible dish we know today, the absolute star of the famous temple night market. So what actually goes into making a perfect bowl of Ding Bian Cuo? To really get it, to understand its soul, we've got to look at its anatomy. And I mean every single piece, because every ingredient is absolutely critical. Okay, let's start with the main character, the noodle itself. It's made from a very specific type of rice, lai kang rice. And get this, it has to be aged for at least 6 months. So, why aged? Well, when the rice is aged, it has less moisture, which makes the noodle unbelievably chewy and tough. In a good way, it has what the locals call a playful resistance. It's not going to just dissolve and turn to mush in that hot soup. No way. But a star needs a great supporting cast, right? And the toppings here are seriously next level. You've got these handmade shrimp and pork balls, kind of like a surf and turf thing going on. Then, for texture, you get these crisp, slightly sour things called golden needles, plus crunchy, woodier mushrooms. They just cut through all the richness and add this amazing bite.
And the foundation holding this whole masterpiece together? The broth. Now, it looks really simple, just this clear, amber-colored soup. But don't let that fool you, it is so complex. It's been slow-cooked with stuff like dried cuttlefish, tiny dried fish, and mushrooms, creating these deep layers of umami, that savory flavor from the sea. And then right at the end, a little sprinkle of fresh celery and crispy fried shallots makes the whole thing just pop. The aroma is incredible. So if you ever make it to the Keelung night market, you're going to find what feels like this epic, friendly battlefield for Ding Bian Cuo. You've got the two most famous stalls, Xingji and Wuzhia, staring each other down from across the street. They've been locked in this rivalry for decades, but it's a good one. Each one is like a guardian of the walk, serving up these perfect, comforting bowls long into those misty Keelung nights.
Okay, see, put it all together, the crazy technique, the long history, the amazing ingredients, and it all leads to a bigger question, right? Why here? Why this dish? Let's dig into why Ding Bien Kuo and the city of Keelung are just so completely connected. I mean, really, this is the big question, isn't it? Taiwan has so many amazing noodle dishes. Why did this one, Ding Bien Kuo, become the absolute signature dish, the symbol of Keelung? Well, reason number one has to be the city's character. You gotta picture Keelung. It's a port city, it's bustling, and it rains a lot. Back in the day, the dock workers needed something that was hot, fast, and satisfying. But, and this is key, it couldn't be too heavy and slow them down. So a dish where the soup and the noodle are cooked all in one, it was the absolute perfect solution. And reason number two, it's all about geography. Keelung is a major fishing hub. That near the water advantage is everything. It means the chefs there have access to the freshest possible seafood. We're talking the best shrimp for those meatballs, the best cuttlefish for that amazing broth. That access to incredible ingredients is what let a simple, humble dish really evolve into a masterpiece. I think this quote just says it all. To eat a bite of Ding Bien Sua is to taste half of Keelung's history. This bowl is so much more than just food. It's a story of migration, of people adapting, of innovation. It really is the history of a city and its people served up warm. It's like this gentle, delicious welcome gift from Keelung to the rest of the world. So next time you're eating something that just feels like it defines a place, take a second and think about its story. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What's that one dish that totally captures the soul of your hometown? What does your city's soul taste like?